Hello, Serious Survivor here. Today we're going to look at what I call the ultimate gas mask, and we've been looking at a lot of gas masks here lately on the channel. Went through everything from the Russian GP5 all the way to the Avon M50, and now we're going to look at the replacement for the Avon M50, and that's the Avon FM53. Now, I consider this to be one of the top masks on the market. Not just me, it seems to bring the #1 rating in just about for every situation that you may read about it in. Now, this is a very high-tech mask. It's also a very durable and it's a very dependable mask. So looking at some of the features of it, one of the most distinct changes we noticed from the Avon M50 is that with this version, or the FM53 here, we have the 40mm cartridge. I think that's a really big upgrade from the previous version, because the M50 took the specialized cartridges, and that would mean, you can't just use any replacement. But as you can see here, you have your 40mm threads. So a lot of different manufacturers make cartridges that can fit onto this mask. As we look at, this is an Avon cartridge, so it's very streamlined, very thin. Your inhalation or airflow ports, inlets there, and your inhalation valve here where you're pulling the air in into your mask. It's a very streamlined design. Now, this particular model comes in, or this particular mask comes in 3 different variations. You have the right-handed variation, which is what I have. With the right-handed variation, we see that the intake valve here, this is a self-opening and self-closing valve, or a self-sealing valve, and on the other side is flat, and that's so that you can get a good cheek weld with your weapon. And this improvement over the M50 makes firing a weapon with this particular mask on a lot easier, a lot simpler. The other versions of this is the left-handed version. On the left-handed version, the cartridge is on the left-handed side and the right-hand side would be flat. And then you have the dual cartridge version, which there are cartridges on both sides at that point. But you would think that with just one cartridge, the airflow would be limited, but this is one of the best masks that I put on. The airflow system in this mask is excellent. The inhalation valves, they allow for just minimal inhalation resistance. So as you breathe in, you're taking a full amount of air in. There's not much resistance preventing you from breathing the air in. This is a very good design on Avon's part. So let's look at the inside of it here. When we look at the interior of the mask, I hope that we can see it well. You see you have your voice amplification unit here. You have your drinking tube, you have your exhalation port there, and very low exhalation resistance. You have this strap that you can also put your straw through if you want to. But when you look here at the inhalation valves, these are self-closing valves, so when I'm not breathing in, these valves are closed, they're sealed, and it will not allow any type of contamination or any air at all to flow in until I pull in or inhale. Now, one of the really good things is the way that this inhalation or airflow system is set up. Notice if you can see it here, notice the shape here. You got this little piece on top and it's like a cover, and as you breathe in, it forces the air that you're breathing in through the membrane here. So it goes through this channel basically, and it blows all the way around inside your mask. What this also does is this keeps your lenses from fogging up, and when you wear this mask and you're breathing in with it, it's one of the coolest masks I've ever put on. And what I mean is actually temperature-wise. I wore this mask outside the other day in my yard, and here in South Carolina, we're talking about 92, 93 degrees it was that day. And I was sweating everywhere else, but inside the mask, my face was not hot at all. Because of the airflow system, the way it's designed, when you inhale the air, it funnels the air around the whole edge of the mask and blows across the lenses, so it keeps you from fogging up. But it also keeps it from getting too hot when you have it on. And this is a really, really good feature. Now, the materials it's made out of, and we're going to look at the technical data after we check it out here, and the materials it's made out of are extremely, extremely comfortable. You put this mask on and it's almost like wearing a second skin. Here we see this one has an additional, you have a 6th harness point, or 7th harness point here. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-point harness that you have, with the possible addition of another strap here, as you see. Now, this type of harness is a little bigger than the last harness from the M50. We still have our 2 brow harnesses up top and our brow straps here that still go inside of a Velcro fitting so that we can adjust them out or in. our temple straps here that pull it tight across your temple, and your cheek straps here. Now this one I did buy used, and the problem with the one I have is the straps are fairly loose on it now, so I'm going to replace that very soon. But on the new models, if you get a new one, then the straps are pretty tight and they hold the mask really securely against your face. Here we see this one I have equipped with the voice amplification unit. This is an external unit here that can just be put on or taken off. And you have your inhalation or exhalation valve, underneath that. Here we have our drinking straw controls. Now what I like about the drinking tube here, you got your drinking tube, and it's in this position, if you can see, it's in the position that's out of the way. But when you turn the lever here, it actually rotates the drinking tube here to where it's right basically in your mouth. And that also opens it up. It opens it up and allows you to pull in through the other side. These also do require the M50 canteen. So it does require a specialized drinking canteen for that tube. But then you can secure it back, and by turning that, not only does it pinch the hose shut, but it also puts your drinking tube, sort of folds it right up back here, so it's out of the way and it's not annoying. This is a really good mask. The ratings on this mask are extremely high. The only drawbacks, in my opinion, are the cost, and secondly, it does have a little more mass than some other masks do have. With my voice amplification unit on it here, and with a filter on it, it's not that heavy, but it is set, the center of gravity of the mask is very low. So it takes a little getting used to. You have your connections here for other types of communication devices, not just your standard little powered voice amplifier here that we have. This is just a pretty standard deal, but very hard, very sturdy. The lens is very sturdy. Excellent seals all the way around. And if you just look at the details of this mask and look at basically the construction of it, you can see the same type of self-sealing or self-closing inhalation valves that were on the M50, very similar. Proper care and maintenance of a mask like this is necessary. I don't want to just put this in my kit in a box or somewhere like that and just leave it. I do want to take it out, put it on, and make sure my valves are working properly, and just checking it out, proper maintenance, keeping it clean, keeping it, free of debris. Always use a very soft cleaning agent if you're going to clean this type of material. You don't want to use anything harsh or anything that could eat through any type of rubber or silicone material. Really flat cheek right here. If you look at the construction of it, really flat. It goes up against your weapon really well as you try to get a good weld with it. But wearing a gas mask is something that if someone hasn't done a whole lot of, then it's sort of a new ball game. It's something you really do have to train with. A gas mask can be quite uncomfortable the first time someone puts it on, and especially the first time they try to shoulder a weapon and fire that weapon. Get comfortable wearing these types of masks, and use it with your weapon a few times to get comfortable to what you're going to have to do, because obviously there's material here, so where I would normally place my cheek on my rifle stock to get a good sight through my scope is going to require me to be placed slightly higher outwards, and it's best to get used to that before it ever comes a need to actually use one of these. The going price for a brand new one I've seen is around $500, anywhere from $350 to $500. It depends on where you shop at, I guess. eBay has had some of the best deals I've seen on them. I got this one off of eBay, as a matter of fact, and I paid $215, I believe, for it, and then $50 shipping on top of that, so like $265 is what it came out to be, which was a really good deal for this mask. Really excellent mask. As much as I do personally like this mask, I can't say that it's something that we would have to have, because there are masks on the market, Scott, MSA, that make some really good masks in the $100 price range that will do the job just as well as what we're looking at here. But this does have that look to it. It looks very similar to the M50, except it looks a little better in my opinion. The nose is more predominant here. When we look at the nose piece in here, this is a really flexible material, and it's cool to the touch. This does not get very warm when you've got it on. It's a really cool mask to wear, and I don't mean cool as in I look good with it on. I mean cool as in temperature wise. This is a really good setup, and I look forward to adding on to this mask. You can add multiple types of SCBA, CCBA, or your closed circuit breathing apparatus. You're basically your air tanks and your powered breathing apparatus. This mask was designed for that type of equipment to be added onto it. So let's take a look at some of the technical data. We're going to look at some of the specifications and the details of why this mask is actually rated #1 in the world right now. The Avon FM53 CBRN gas mask. The FM53 is ideal for special response teams such as EOD, explosive ordnance disposal operators, and civilian support teams. The unique facepiece material ensures that the mask is not only high in protection but also provides a much better seal and is more comfortable to wear for extended periods of time. Flexible facepiece provides superior cheek-to-stock weld for weapons integration, a reduced harness buckle size for suit and helmet integration. The mask integrates with the NFPA Class 2 and 3 suits. A second skin hood mask interface allows for easy integration to higher level hoods. The FM53 protective mask is the top of the Avon 50 series line and features numerous features not found on other premium gas mask systems. Dual exhalation valves. This switches from negative pressure, which is your gas with the filter on, to positive pressure mode instantly, and positive pressure is the gas mask with the filter detached. This feature enables the FM53 to function as a conventional negative pressure mask as well as with a range of SCBA, PAPR, or CCBA. Integrated voice communications capability with an internal microphone for radio and voice projection unit use. It features an electronic pass-through for external radio use, which provides clear communication while wearing the mask. A 40mm NATO standard threaded filter connections. Choose between a left-handed or right-handed model. The right-hand mask, the 40mm filters can connect on the left. This ensures a completely flat, smooth surface at the cheek area, which is perfectly suited to lay flat against a weapon, making it ideal for the use of scopes and other weapon systems. The M53 has been developed to meet the specific requirements of special operations units to protect against the multiple threats encountered in modern warfighting and peacekeeping operations. It boasts a CBRN agent resistance of 36 plus hours against sarin gas, mustard gas, VX, and Soman gas, with the lowest exhalation resistance and the least inhalation resistance ratings possible, and NIOSH certified with a performance factor of 20,000 PF, a mass of only 1.6 kilograms, a visual field score of 96, the ability to switch between modes without removing the voice projection unit, a drinking flow rate of greater than 230 milliliters per minute, with its unique patented airflow system, dual exhalation valves, improved sealing capabilities, and more. This is very easy to place at the top of any list of these types of devices.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Well, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it informative. And thanks again for watching. For now, Sears Survivor, out.